You were a speaker, obviously.
Yeah, I was speaker on the producing kind of how to pitch a web series.
Oh, very cool.
Really? So how do you pitch
We
a
spoke
web
about
series?
creating a podcasting network, and we have no idea what we're doing. So.
Oh, that's cool. Clearly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
clearly.
no,
I
clearly,
mean,
yeah,
we have no
mic in
clue.
front of
It's a
anybody.
ramrod operation.
So monetizing on a web series.
or how to pitch a web
How to
series.
pitch a web
pitching,
series,
It's
yeah.
pitching to like a network or a studio or a brand or a
I could tell you're from
company.
Queens because you're holding the mic like a rapper.
Yeah.
What is that? No, wait, do you prefer
Yeah,
this one, which is
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
That's
it's
the stand-up
perfect.
comic.
Yeah.
That's the comic option. Yeah. So try to hold it by the base.
You know what's
and not
funny?
by
When
the
I first,
Yeah.
automatically, we just hold it like this.
Yeah, like, yo, what up,
And then we asked-
everybody?
Come on, isn't that?
We try to steal your
Eminem does
sneakers.
that.
Yeah, right. You know what? Also, I found interesting. Like when he was gonna be on camera, like the book bag came off, the glasses
yeah,
came
he's
off.
ready to fight.
I gotta.
He suited up
represent,
real
you know?
quick.
He's ready. He has
suited up real-
Vaseline in the bag just
Yeah,
to put
he's
on
just,
him
like,
when
ready
he's
to
ready
go.
for the fight.
Yeah. So how do you pitch a web series? Because I want to know. I'm
Very
interested.
carefully.
Well, do you do a web series?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm CEO of eBass Entertainment.
eBass
We
Entertainment.
do,
Okay.
Actually, we post-production on a indie feature film, horror thriller right now.
Very
also
cool. Okay.
a couple web series.
Everything is produced locally here, or all
No,
over?
we produced the feature film we shot on location in Martha's Vineyard,
Mhm.
but the 2 web series we shot in Astoria.
Oh, very
Okay,
cool.
all right.
Mostly in Astoria.
Yeah.
You know, depending on location, we were in Brooklyn, but
Of course.
mostly Astoria.
So how do you pitch a web series? Because that's something that a lot of people want to know. Even with podcasting, this is relatable. How do you
yeah.
how
I
do you
mean,
pitch what you're doing?
Oh, as I knock things over.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, knock
It's
everything
fine. Don't
over.
worry about it.
Yeah, I mean it's a mix of. I mean, for the web series, since it's a visual medium, it's a mix of having good visual, either like ripped together and you know pieced together of what you're going for, or a trailer for your kind of thing, which I imagine similar to podcast, a sample of whatever
Sure,
you're doing,
yeah.
and then the all-out business plan of you know what the goal is, who the characters are, where you're going with it, what brands you can pitch to, or like which specific category you're specific to, so that you can kind of. It's a big pitch in yourself.
Yeah, sure. And
kind of
how
market.
long have you been doing this? How long have you been involved in the?
I've been producing a
this?
year and a half now.
Okay.
In
So,
the industry for a while.
All right, let's say you got a web series. You wrote it, you shot it, it's ready. Where do I go? What do I do?
Okay, so first off, you never want to. At least, well, there's differing views on this. Personally, I don't think you ever want to shoot a full web series.
Yeah.
Because if you shoot, say you want to do a 12-episode arc.
Oh, no, I've got like 2 episodes.
Okay,
That's
2
it.
episodes,
I've got
good.
2 episodes in my pocket.
Yeah.
You know what? 1 episode in the bank. Done.
1 episode.
One
1
episode.
episode's all you really
What's the
need.
average time of a web series anyway?
Some people like to keep it under 5. I
Yeah.
like 5 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
Because for me, web series are TV shows really condensed down.
Yeah.
Rather than
and it's the
like a
internet,
blip.
so everybody. I mean, your attention span is a lot shorter on the internet.
Yeah.
If you know, some people like the Guild does very short ones, but they have kind of it's serialized where you have to see the whole thing to see the full arc of it, because it's really like an hour-long show. They just cut into pieces.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times the new kind of stuff is like episodic, where you have 3 to 8 minutes, give a full episode, keep people interested. So you have that, right?
Okay, so I got this-
then
I got this
you
one
have
episode.
There's a number of different options.
Okay.
One, you can send it to festivals.
Okay.
Try and win awards.
Yeah.
A lot of festivals. A lot of festivals like New York TV Festival
Okay.
now has all these deals associated. So they've got a sci-fi deal, they got an IFC deal, where there's a winner in the festival in each category.
How many festivals are there a year?
In film,
Yeah.
in,
Well, for me pitching a web series, like how many can I submit to in a year?
probably hundreds.
Hundreds?
I mean, in New York,
Yeah, I guess let's say New York.
that I'm not sure of. I'd say at least 5. You know,
Okay.
at least 2 or 3 good ones.
All right, in the States, I'd say like a whole.
What's up?
In the United States, like a.
Couple.
number,
Yeah, I mean, in the United States, a lot. I mean, there's LA, there's San Diego, there's
Of
Texas.
course.
I mean, all around.
Yeah.
South by Southwest now has.
All right, so
kind
I
of that
pitch
market.
it there. Let's say
So-
they don't.
so-
Let's say they don't pick it up.
Okay, so say they don't pick it up.
Yeah.
So then another route is you cut a trailer, and then you come up, put together a PowerPoint or things like that, and then find YouTube channels like My Damn Channel or
Yeah.
a channel that's specific, and then try and pitch to their head of marketing or their head of media, where
Okay.
you try. The goal is you get a meeting with them. You go in, you have trailer, and then you have here's the story, here's the structure, here's how it will make money.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, probably similar to podcasting, it's like, how do you monetize it?
Yeah.
And
That's the biggest question. I mean,
and
we
I
get.
was just talking with another producer, and these days, unlike standard TV or standard film, where it's like, okay, you're a writer, you write, you're a producer, you produce.
You're doing everything.
It's like, okay, you need to come to us and have both the ideas, the writing, the filming, or the the creation, and then come with an audience, which is hard.
So you brought up something interesting. How do you monetize a web series? I mean, for podcasting, obviously you follow a radio format and you're able to, put in live reads or take commercials. But how do you do it with a web series?
With web series, you can sell to a brand. So then you're like, I think the Guild has a gaming brand, and so with them, it's brought to you by this, and therefore they give you money. YouTube has YouTube partners, which you get a percentage of the ads that they put on the site. I think Blip TV has a ad sharing thing
has
as
an
well.
ad sharing, yeah.
So
So
let's
let's
ad
say
sharing, and there's also like the product integration.
Let's say you
as well.
try to sell it to like something like My Damn Channel, or
Say again?
you try to sell to My Damn Channel or something like that.
Yeah.
Rob's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Also, he was on
He's
the
a good
panel
dude.
that I was pitching to, so
Very
that's why
good
he's on
guy.
my mind.
So let's say you do that and that doesn't work. Now where do you go?
That is a good question. I mean,
So can you do it on
there's-
your own? I mean,
You can-
the
say
other
again?
option is doing it all on your
Yeah,
own.
well,
and
the
and-
YouTube partners and stuff, you put it on YouTube, and based on number of hits, you make money. So there you can monetize. It's just not as fast.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you can also put it online, and if you get 500,000 views, you can then come to it again and be like, hey,
Look at what
this
I've
is
done.
what I'm
Of
bringing
course,
to the
yeah.
table. Now, or even from there, you can approach brands directly and be like, I bring 500,000 to 1 million people.
Well,
per
how would you?
episode.
What angle do you approach the brand? Like, oh, listen, sponsor this web series, or like, how does that? What would they do with it? Like,
so
let's say.
so there's a sponsorship, so you can do a brought to you by.
Okay.
Personally, I like more the brand integration model, because if I'm watching like a 4-minute segment, I don't really want to watch a 30-second ad.
Of course not. Yeah.
And if it's at the end, they don't want it because I'm going to stop watching. And
So
if
what
it's
about? How do you integrate? Like, is it like, let's say if the web series is involves toilet paper, you'd be like,
So you'd market to a toilet paper
Yeah.
company, and it wouldn't be product placement, which is
Yeah.
like 30 Rock style of, hey, Doritos, I like them a lot. It'd be more, they all use the toilet
Everybody's
paper brand
using the
product,
same
and
brand.
they'd have tissues.
It's
in the
more of an
scene.
organic, it's more of an
Okay,
organic.
all right.
And so
way
therefore
of
you
doing the
integrate
ads.
it in, and with that you have the conflicting brands, which you have to be careful of. So if like, if say you got Pepsi to put in, every liquid product or food product has to be from Pepsi, because they don't want like a Coke-based thing, even if it's a water company.
Yeah, of course.
To conflict. So it's hard, but that's why you also don't do 12 episodes of your full web series, because then say you have 2 that do really well at the beginning, and you're like, hey, you want to put your brand in something that is not going to be in this season at all, and people are going to be like, that doesn't work for us.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very interesting idea, because we kind of target in a different way. We're able to go to an advertiser and say, hey, listen, we'll do a live read for you. That's not something that you guys could do. It's either like a B-roll, or it's a pop.
Go to Joe's Crab Shack. Cheryl, I'm telling you, I didn't murder him.
Yeah.
That's how it would play out.
That's exactly how you should do it. So what kind of web series do you produce? What kind of shows are there?
I go more comedy. I mean, comedy. It's interesting for the web because of the format where you have a smaller screen. I mean, iPhones or iPads or whatever is a lot different, so you can't do the standard web stuff, which is standard comedy of a lot of wide shots. It needs to be a lot of tight stuff, but tight doesn't play as well for comedy, so it's interesting.
There's so much that goes into it. I mean, the technical aspect, the videography, the writing. I mean, depending on what kind of content you're doing, I mean, that's you just go on stage and do your comedy.
I just grab a microphone
You
and
just
just
grab
go at it.
microphones
Yeah,
and start talking.
Yeah, and just go
Very
at it. I mean, like
Virginia Woolf.
Yeah, well, no, it's a little more upbeat. I mean, it's pretty solid. Like, I write material down, obviously, but in the end of the day, it's just me, a microphone, and an audience, and a light. That's it.
I meant more stream of consciousness than super depressing.
Oh, no. I'm like, that's a very odd thing right there, Virginia. But yeah, no, I mean, stream of consciousness, yeah, you can do that as well. Like, I do that as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, no comic just gets up there and just stream of consciousness. Like, I mean, there is an attack plan with everything.
What type of stuff do you do? Do you do comedy?
Yeah, I do stand-up comedy.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, I'm all over the same. I also head write for the network, the guys from
How
Queens
does
Network.
that work with podcasting when you don't have like a audience response?
Well, we do in a way. Like, people are they're listening. Like we have a chat room. I can gauge from there. Like, I can check out the ha-has coming from that.
We also do a quarterly comedy show we put together, and it's been pretty successful. We're getting about 100 and something people, and we pack out the room that we're in.
Do you guys you guys go in Did you do it in Queens or?
Yeah, it's the comedy show is in New York. It's actually it's there every this one's coming up June 29th.
June 29th.
Nice.
With
Where
you.
is it?
It's the Rainy Night House Comedy Show. It's sponsored from
At
the guys from Queens.
The Triple Crown bar.
Yeah, that's
Downstairs?
Yeah, downstairs.
I do improv. I know the space very well.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, what kind of improv you doing? UCB? What?
I
Magnet?
did UCB and Magnet. I have an independent team, and we perform monthly. Actually, at the 13th Street Repertory Company.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm taking UCB right now. So
But yeah, no, I know Triple Crown and.
yeah. So
I mean,
Mustang Sally's,
we've been
Mustang
able
Harry's.
we've been
Yeah.
able to pack the place out every time we're doing it.
been
and
standing room. It's been crazy.
great. I
And
mean,
that's a hard venue actually for comedy because
Yeah.
the room like sucks energy out. So I
Yeah.
feel like it's good training ground for comedy where if you can make people laugh,
Mhm.
like,
it's almost
you got
been
something awesome.
been too easy at this point because
No,
it's like the
it's-
room laughs at everything.
yeah,
and
they're
I'm
very
like, wow,
attentive. Like
Yeah, because it's a tapped in audience that we're kind of catering to. And it's good training because you see like the people who don't do good, you know what they're not.
Yep.
I've
doing
seen
exactly.
I've seen like other people like they've had their shows down there, and I do understand what you're talking about. It's sucking the energy out of the room. Like it's a weird space. It is a very odd space. It's long and narrow, but
And were you there before they put the stage in, or just since the stage?
since the stage,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd imagine.
It's an improvement, not much. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's like a wooden platform, but
yeah, but I mean, it's still some elevation,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And like before, like I could see it if you got a small show, but when it's like 80 people and they're looking for comedy,
Yeah.
and that's what they want.
I
then
mean, we packed it all the way to the bar last time.
Yeah.
There was no room.
Yeah,
I
it
mean, you
was-
couldn't even move in there.
It was definitely a fire hazard.
Yeah.
But it's. I mean,
But
like that's the
it
difference.
helps also when there's alcohol for purchase.
Oh,
too.
of course, yeah, no.
It's
We
always
got
a
a good
bonus.
deal with the Triple Crown, so
That's
we're
awesome.
working
So
really
your
well.
next show is the 29th.
29th, June 29th. So yeah, take a card and
Oh,
we'll
definitely.
we'll stay in touch, man.
We also actually, my improv team, we host 2 guest teams. We also have a comedian as our guest MC.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that sounds like that's a cool idea. I like that thing.
Yeah, it keeps the flow going, but
Yeah,
also
when
it's
improv
fun.
and stand-up come together in a lot of ways, it works out really well. Like what my submission tape for festivals is at an improv show. Somebody asked me to do comedy at an improv show. I'm like, sure. I
Yeah.
did it, and it was like probably one of my best sets.
And these days, with the ease of technology and stuff, like we film all of our teams performing and the comedians, and then send them video because it's like
Yeah, something that they'd appreciate. That's what because of that. I mean, it's really helped my career along. So, but what's the business name again?
eBass Entertainment.
eBass Entertainment.
All right,
eBassentertainment.com.
we're having-
eBassEntertainment.com. Evan,
Evan
thank you so
Bass.
much,
Thank you
man.
guys.
Evan Bass, everybody.